So yesterday, when introducing Ryan Patrick, our head of message development, who wrote the blog post yesterday, I used a trick that we've used for years to help us communicate more powerfully, to shortcut all of the noise and distraction that are facing each and every one of us each and every day. What did I do? Well, when I introduced you to Ryan Patrick, I showed you a clip of Toby Ziegler from The West Wing. I showed you a clip of Sam the Eagle from The Muppet Show, George Costanza, and of course, Magnum P.I. And what I did, even though I didn't say, hey, Ryan's like this, in your brain, you connect those dots. And so you begin to form an image of Ryan Patrick as this combination of Toby Ziegler, George Costanza, Sam the Eagle, and Tom Selleck. And, you think of all your friends who fit those same criteria, who check those same boxes. That's a really powerful tool that we use, and we call it leveraging things familiar. We are the most distracted generation in the history of the squirrel. My bad. And so, when we leverage things familiar, we can cut through some of the clutter and distraction of the unknown by using things that are already universal between us. In fact, I shared George Costanza yesterday, right? Why Seinfeld was one of the most popular sitcoms in American history is because, well, they said the show was about nothing. It was about everything. So many companies, so many people try to communicate in these grand, large statements, but we don't connect to each other. We don't live our lives in grand, large statements. We connect to each other through these tiny, little, interconnected moments. And that's what makes things magical. Here, let me give you an example that's been making the rounds on Facebook the past few days. A weather person shared this on the news when the South was getting snow that they weren't accustomed to getting. And instead of just simply saying, take a little extra time, leave a little extra following space, both good pieces of advice my father gave me, your father probably gave you, but look at how this is written to leverage things familiar and paint pictures in our mind where we know exactly what they mean. Listen to this story. If you rarely drive on snow, just pretend you're taking your grandma to church. There's a platter of biscuits and 2 gallons of sweet tea in glass jars in the back seat. She's wearing a new dress and holding a crock pot full of gravy. Wow. If that's the case, first of all, your grandma is awesome. Second of all, you know to be super careful because you've painted pictures. Words are visual, and an energy of words has existed since, well, we'll share that with you tomorrow on Tim Talks. Squirrel!